The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha! Welcome to the Art of Painting with Rockwood. I'm Rockwood, and this is my studio. On the next 3 episodes, we're going to be working on this koi painting. The reason we're doing 3 episodes is it took longer than most of my paintings. This is a little bit more elaborate. So join me as I teach you how to do this. And aloha, welcome back. Last month, if you remember, we did these 2 koi fish. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the blue background, and if we have time, I'll put those flowers in there. What I'm using is I'm going to use my nice little filbert brush. I'm going to start with some dark blue, and I'm going to just start right up here. Remember how last month what I did was I just pushed that paint right up to the edge of that koi fish. So I'm going to do that with this so that I get a nice sharp line right there. And then what I'm going to do is, because koi ponds are not solid one color, they have reflections and different tints to the bottom of the koi pond. So I hope you can see that, because that is really cool. Turn that this way here and get into that. See, what I like about the filbert brush is while it has that half moon shape, I can literally go right in and use it as a point and get a nice sharp distance right there. And let's go around this front. So as you can see, it doesn't really matter if you start with the background, the subject matter, because I'm going around a subject matter with the background, starting with, because this paint really is opaque, so you can go right over the top of it with a lighter color and make it work. Now it's still wet, so I'm just going to put this in here like this and mix it in. So it almost has a sun-like shine on the bottom. I could, if I wanted to, I could put pebbles in afterwards and dress it up that way. Probably not going to do that. But I'm an artist, and I try not to make up my mind until I'm at that point. The only time I make up my mind is when I'm done and say, okay, no more. Then I'm going to put some shadows in there. Pardon me. Once I get this to a point, then I will decide how deep I want this pond, which basically means that because the orange fish is underneath the white fish, so if I put the shadow right here, it makes him right at the bottom. If I put the shadow like way over here, then it puts it way deep. So you can control that however you want. It's good to you. I can't tell you what these flowers are, but a customer came in and wanted some flowers as a tattoo, so we found these, and I'm like, wow, those are pretty. They would look good in a koi pond. So I hung on to them and decided I was going to use them in this painting. So you never know where your inspiration is going to come from. You see how I'm just scrubbing that in, making sure it gets all the way down into the canvas. And then I'm just barely touching to get that highlight going in there. No rhyme, no reason. Just throw it in there and make it look good. You just don't want it to look artificial. And to get that sharp line, just barely touch the canvas and roll it around until you get where you want it. And of course, it's acrylic paint, so if you do make a mistake, it's real easy to just go back and put some white over it and draw that fish right back where it's supposed to be. Cut into this corner here. So while I'm just mindlessly throwing all this blue down here, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully you're learning something while you're doing this. And I hope I'm entertaining you a little bit with it. And now I'm just barely touching that, blending that in so that it has a, see how that looks like a shadow already? I don't like that. See how it's under the fin right there? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break that up by bringing that light color right up to that. So I break that line up. I want it to look natural. I'm probably not going to do the entire painting. I just want to demonstrate to you how this is done. I will tell you, I am rushing through this. I don't expect you to paint this fast. These paints do take hours to do, even for me. There is a cool technique that I'm going to do with the white to give a movement on the bottom of the pond. If you look into a pond or a pool, whatever, and you see the rippling of the water and it reflects on the bottom of the pool or the pond. So I'm going to get this background done here so I can get one of those flowers painted before I run out of time. If you're wondering if I'm sick because I'm not talking a lot, because I know in my previous shows I talk a lot. I don't know what it is for this in the last show. I guess I'm getting old and I have to concentrate on what I'm doing a little more. I haven't forgotten how to do this stuff. That's a good thing. And I really have to be so crucial about that. But when I paint the flowers with the white, I can go right over the top of that blue. Like I said, it is really opaque, so if I don't finish this painting today, I will finish it when we're done filming, and then I will show it to you in the next show. Yeah, I love. Look at that. See how cool that looks? Looks like a real koi pond, huh? Well, I'll show you the finished painting if I get a chance. Sometimes I put these right in the gallery and they sell them, so that's a good thing. Sorry. I could just feel like I was starting to whisper. I just put a little bit of flow on that blue so it smooths out a little bit under that flower. What the flow does is that actually ends up being able to push in and get a nice straight line, fine line, whatever, right up against the pencil line. when I get to the edge of the canvas, I usually pick it up a little bit so that I get it all into there. Although these canvases here are meant to be framed, so, but I like to be thorough in where the paint goes. Again, I'm still scrubbing it to make sure that I get the paint down into the canvas. You'll also notice that my table's covered in paper. It's my table, so I'm not really worried that my wife is going to start yelling at me for messing it up, but cleanliness, you know? Oh, man, that is so pretty. Look at that. I haven't even put any shadows under that, and it looks really cool. Alright, so now let's get up under this fish here. When you do your background first like this, you can reshape the subject matter, and then you can also do that after it's all done. You can go back and reshape it by outlining it or whatever, put more color in. So, see how I'm rolling this like this? What that does is that takes care of any hard edges there. And it helps scrub that paint right into this area. Yeah, that looks really cool. All right, so in the interest of time, I am going to move on to the flower, at least one of the flowers anyway. Okay, so let's go back and get some Payne's Gray. add some white. This I want to be real subtle. So I'm going to go in a little bit of white. Even though these are white flowers, I'm not using pure white. I'm mixing it with just a little bit of Payne's gray to give it that shape that I want. And I'm almost doing a tool brush painting kind of style, where on one side I've got the lighter of the white, and if you watch as I push it down, it gets darker. See how that side's darker? If you saw what I just did, that little bit of blue was over the top of the petal, and I went right over it, cleaned it all up. Okay, so now take the smaller brush here, just put it let's let that dry a little bit. Flowers have like really cool shadows that fall over them, which unfortunately when you're looking at a painting you can't really see where those shadows are coming from. But in real life, if you're looking at flowers, you can see that there's a tree over here that's casting a shadow across the flower, or there's a branch or whatever. But in a painting, you're only looking at a specific window kind of thing. But they still look really cool with the shadows in them. Man, we're getting close already. Holy cow. Maybe I'm trying to do too much in these shows, but my time is getting really close. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some red right in the middle here. And I'm going to take a little bit of white, clean that up a little bit. See, those brush strokes is what makes it look like a real flower. So let's add a little bit orange to the middle of there, so we'll build up that color. Blend it in a little bit. And then we'll take some yellow. Put some, I don't know what they call them. I just call them dots. But they're the top of the center of the flower. Then we'll take some yellow. Put some, I don't know what they call them. I just call them dots. But they're the top of the center of the flower. Hopefully, got to learn something here. It's about time for me to call it quits again. So that's what we were able to do today. So obviously we weren't able to get that. This is a, what is this, a 10 by 14 or something like that. It's a pretty good sized canvas. So, but we were able to get a lot of stuff done. So I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to call naleo.tv website, and you can contact them, contact me, and we'll do something fun. Until then, ahui ho. Aloha.